We are here in the nice California blue skies, and today I just want to talk to you guys how I was able to shave off 26 minutes from my first to my third marathon. Um, there's a lot of things that I did to do that, and just very proud of myself for that. And just want to share with you guys how I was able to do it and how you can do it too. How anyone can shave off 26 minutes, especially if you're watching this and you just finished your LA marathon. Today is like March 11th, and so hats off to you for first of all finishing the marathon, and second of all, if you want to do another marathon in a year from today or maybe in 6 months, and so you're coming across this video and you're like, hey, I want to get faster, I want to get stronger, and so this is a good video for you if you want to do a sub 4 marathon, and get like a 320 or a 330. So let's get started. Let's dive into it. So my first marathon in San Francisco was in 2024, and if you don't already know, San Francisco Marathon is a hilly marathon. It's a very difficult course, and I decided to do that for my first one. I remember I signed up. I was like, "Yo, this is crazy. It's like a hard course and it's hilly, but it was fun. I had a phenomenal time." But coming into the marathon, I was already like lifting weights and doing things like that. All I needed to do was increase my mileage over time to get my body used to the 26.2. So I was the four things I want to talk about is one of them is strength training, right? So strength training was very, very important for my marathon training. And so within the strength training, there was like four exercises that I focused on. Number one was squats, okay? But not just squatting, right? Not just regular squatting. It was focused on elevated. So I elevated my heels, so I was on a slant, so it can focus on your quadriceps. I wanted strong quads, so that's what I did. Focus on that. My second one was Bulgarian split squats. I love Bulgarian split squats because it focuses on your. Give me a second. I'm getting a phone call. Okay, so I had to pause my video because I was getting a phone call. That was crazy. Where was I? I think I was talking about squats. Or oh no. So that was the first one. Bulgarian split squats was the second one. I love Bulgarian split squats because it focuses on one leg at a time, and what that's gets your legs strong for running up the hill, running in general. Third exercise, calf raises. Get your calves strong because you're gonna be running on your calves for many, many miles, for many, many weeks. So you want to get not only your quads strong, your calves strong, your hammies strong. And to get your hammies strong, I like to use Romanian deadlifts, but with the dumbbells. So if you know how to do that, all those four, you are solid for leg day. I like to use those. There's different variations of other exercises I like to implement, but those are my four core leg workout um, exercises. So that's strength training. The second thing I would like to talk about is cross training. One of the things I have implemented recently, prior to going into my CIM, was cycling using a stationary bike for my zone twos. Okay, not running during my zone twos, but using a stationary bike. And the reason why I decided to do this was because, zone two running for me is very hard to be in that pace. I have found for myself that it's easier to be in a zone two on a stationary bike. And I've done this. I've done my zone twos for 90 minutes and more, 90 minutes and more in zone two, nothing less than 90 minutes. And so I love doing that because I'm at a specific wattage on the stationary bike. I'm cranking it, I'm sweating, low impact on my joints, less prone to injury. You're just sitting on a saddle and going for 90 minutes and more. So that's what I love to do for zone two. I'm going to use the word never because it's probably true. I've never done a zone two run in my life. Yeah. But I like to build my aerobic capacity on the bike. So that's probably what helped me do that at 320, sorry, at the CIM, the most recent one in 2025. And I also like to emulate the marathon. So every single Sunday, I'll have my long runs. Anything from 8 miles to 10, 15, up to 18. Yeah. So Sundays is my long runs. Majority of the marathons are Sundays, and I like to copy that. So Sundays is more like testing for my gels. Which one tastes good? Which one feels good in my body and my stomach? Um, so Sundays is, yeah, long runs and testing with equipment with gels. So far, I like Never Seconds. Never Seconds is smooth, so very sugary, very good to the stomach. I used it for the CIM. I felt great, and so here we are in 2026, letting you guys know what I did to improve my time, which is cool. Never thought I was gonna do a marathon in 3 hours and 20 minutes, which is wild. Um, so those are the four things. Oh, actually, I'm missing one. Sorry. So we talked about strength training, cross training, which is cycling, and then we talked about running on Sundays for long days. The last thing I want to focus on is running efficiency. So going into my CIM, literally I use the treadmill 80% of the time. And yes, I ran on the treadmill for 15 miles, 18 miles, okay? I did do that. But the reason why I liked it is because you can control your pace on the treadmill. You're not slowing down in mile 10, mile 12. You're on the same pace. And the cool thing is, like, I would do progressive runs on the treadmill. So I would start off at a 9-minute pace, 8:30, 8, 7:40. So that's a really cool thing to do on the treadmill. I feel like the treadmill is looked down upon a lot, and it's like for lazy people, or like, oh yeah, that's not real running. Sorry, but that is real running to me, because you have a controlled pace, you have a controlled environment, and it's very, very helpful, I believe, for new runners to understand the rhythm of running, right? The treadmill is everything. I I see it equal to outside running, so that's four things I wanted to cover on how I was able to do 3:47 to 3:20. So first marathon, SF. Second marathon, Lake Tahoe, 3:33. And the most recent CIM marathon in December 2025 was at 3:20. I was aiming for a 3:10. We did not get there. It's okay. It's okay. I know where I messed up. I know where I failed to not get the 3:10. And so I will walk proud with that 3:20. And as time goes on, we are learning and we are adding stuff and removing stuff, right? Because my ultimate goal is to do a sub 3 marathon. I mean, the reason why is because the body is just an amazing machine. Like, can you believe running a sub 3 for 26.2 miles? For me, is wild. And it's like, what does it take to get there? And then for people, it's a breeze. For people, it's like, it's easy. For me, I gotta train hard. I gotta train hard, do threshold workouts, VO2 max workouts, which reminds me, um, the cool thing about the watch I have, Coros, is that I just found out recently that Coros has a whole library of running workouts. It has a whole library of training plans. So if you have a Coros, and if you have this, go on the app, look for your Coros watch in your training plan. They have for beginners, intermediate, and advanced. And if you go under training type, like if you choose run, you can look for a training block to help your 5K time, your 10K time, your half marathon, your full marathon. It's amazing. It's all for free. And so right now, as we speak, I'm on a 9-week threshold development. That means that I am working on not only threshold but VO2 max. So my threshold pace, with all the data collected from all my runs that I've done with Coros, all the all the treadmill workouts, all the marathons, everything I've done, my threshold right now is a pace of 6:38, between 6:38 and 7:16. So that is where, like, my heart rate is around 162, 172. So it's not that exhausting, but it's doable. And so yesterday I was right here out in the track, and I did a threshold run, warmed up for a mile, and then did 5 1 kilometer runs at that pace. Rested 60 seconds in between, and finish off with 1 mile cool down. Let me tell you, after that workout, I felt great. I feel great. So that's telling me a lot, because if I were to use the same workout back when I started my first marathon, I probably would have been gassed. Probably would have been tired, exhausted. And today I went out for a 4 mile run. It was fine. I felt great. I felt light. And I also, on top of that 4 mile run, I did a leg day today. So today I focused on legs. And so over time, we're learning, we're getting stronger, we're training smart. I love to say that training smart is very important. I don't want you guys to be not training and then getting injured. You know, um, your body will be happy with you if you are training smart and lifting heavy. I love to lift heavy. I'm not a guy who like lifts moderately and that's it. I like to lift heavy. I like to make sure my muscles are I'm doing hypertrophy. You know, I'm breaking these fibers to grow more muscle, because the more muscle you grow, the more mitochondria you have, the more oxygen efficiency, the more energy you can use, glucose, fat, oxidation. It's just a whole science, and I think that's why I love this so much, because it's like so much science behind this stuff. And if you know how to do it, and if you really understand step by step, like, it's gonna look phenomenal, it's gonna look beautiful. And so that's what I want to end with you guys today. Just want to give you guys strength training, cross training, long runs on Sunday, running efficiency on the treadmill. Can't even do that with my finger. And then the Coros. If you have a Coros app, you can look for a plan, take that plan, focus on that plan. I'm going to come back and see if I'm faster. So in about 7 weeks or so, I'm going to check my 5K run time and see if I've actually improved. And we'll get back to you on that. So if you found this video valuable, go ahead and like it. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate that. And if you're still here, go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you want more videos like this. It lets me know that you guys are really into this and you guys want more videos on these topics. If you found this video valuable and you want to share it to someone who's just starting their marathon or just finished their first and they're like super excited to get a better time for their second marathon, this is a really good video for them to really use. Everyone trains differently, I understand, which is okay. And you can take stuff from what I said and use it and implement it for your training style if you would like. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys. Peace out.